Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the African Five-A-Side podcast. Today, I have with me Joao Chivale. He's a journalist. He works in production. He's working for TV Mozambique, and he's going to be telling us a little bit about the Mozambican national team. Before we start, just a quick reminder that this podcast is brought to you by www.africa's country. Com. And if you are interested in, any kind of coverage on the continent, you can check them out at your leisure. I highly recommend you do so. So, Joao, Mozambique is a side that I think, perhaps, in my opinion, a lot of the Portuguese-speaking nations on the continent, they don't get as much media coverage. They're a little bit more unknown compared to, like the French or the English-speaking sides on the continent. So I think they're going to be a side that's unknown. It's only, if I'm not mistaken, their fourth or fifth African Cup of Nations appearance.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about this Mozambican side? They were drawn into a group in qualification with Senegal, Benin, and Rwanda. I think most of us were expecting Benin to be the second team that qualifies after Senegal, but we thought Mozambique had a chance. When did you start believing that this team could qualify to the Afcon for the first time since 2010 again? And
Yes.
how is this team preparing for this tournament?
Yes. Maybe the first game we played against Rwanda in Johannesburg because we at the time we didn't have time with condition to host a qualifier game. So after that, days before we played in Cotonou against Benin and we won 1-0. Since there, we started to think that this is our time. This is our time because when you win outside your country, you also all the players started to become more confident since that time. Even the people, even the journalists inside the country, we started to believe that we had a big chance to qualify because we saw for the next opponent, we say, okay, against Senegal, so we don't have nothing to lose, especially in the game in Dakar. We lost 5-1. So in Maputo, we tried to do our best, but it wasn't enough to win. Then we lost. After that, we went to Rwanda. We won 2-0. After that result, we said, guys, no chance because we need just a point to go to the Afcon. And we got a victory in Mozambique in the last game against Benin. So in terms of preparation, I think most of the time we spent on that qualifiers game. So during this time, we had sometimes also to play in Chan last year in Algeria. If you remember, when you see that team that will be in Cote d'Ivoire this year, 9 or 10 players was part of that team who played in last Chan in Algeria. So a part of that, we had some friendly matches against Angola, against Nigeria that gave more confidence to the team. Also, if you remember, we had two qualifiers going for the Afcon for the World Cup. One of them was against Algeria. We lost at home,
It was a
but
difficult game. They pushed
yeah,
Algeria to the edge.
it was a difficult game, but the performance of the team in that match was fantastic. And I remember in the end of the game, the Algerian coach said that Mozambique is a very difficult team. So, in his opinion, no many teams will get points in Mozambique, in his opinion, after that match. So, I think at the time we can say that we are not nothing to lose in Afcon because we are in the very tough group in the competition. So against Ghana, against Egypt, even Algeria, all the teams, when you see the ranking, FIFA ranking, all of them are on top of us. Considering that Egypt has 7 titles, Ghana 4, so all of them, we don't have nothing to lose. So we are going to the Afcon not to share points, but we are going there to play to show that in Mozambique we have football. So we still have a dream. We still have a dream because when you are inside that kind of competition, you have to dream. So the players are saying that it's a very difficult group, but it's not impossible.
Very good. And before we start talking about, the team and the style of play, can you just give me a brief window into what it was like being in Mozambique as the team was qualifying? Was there celebrations? Are people more interested in the national team these days? Is there a lot of anticipation for this tournament?
People in Mozambique usually loves football, but depends on performance of the team. Sometimes they used to be a bit far from the team. You see, 14 years is not it's not a short time. It's a long time without have a chance to go to the Afcon. So, but in the two previous qualifiers, we had a very big chance to qualify to the Afcon. If you remember, we drew in Bissau against Guinea-Bissau for the qualifiers to 2019. So we at the time a victory was enough to us, but in the last minutes we conceded a draw, so it was very tough to us. Even the last the world qualifiers to Cameroon to 2021, we had a good chance playing at home. We just needed to win the game against Cape Verde, but we lost. So at the time, since the team started having that good performance, if you see the ambience in the stadium in the last game was totally crowded. The stadium was completely crowded, and the people was there supporting the team. It was an amazing atmosphere because you felt like if you won Benin outside, if you won. Just before that game, we won also Rwanda. We say, guys, this is our time. We are playing at home. We just need a draw to qualify. So let's go to this time. This, as I said, was completely crowded, and we had it was a, how can I say, we suffered a bit in that game because Benin scored first, then we scored two goals. We went on front. Then they drew again. In the last in the extra time, we scored the last goal that gave us all guarantee that we will qualify for to the Afcon. So it was an amazing day. After that, people stay in the streets up to midnight or more than like this. Because it was a big achievement since 2010 to say, guys, we are going to the Afcon. We'll be part of the best teams in the continent. So every people is excited in Mozambique. So we can't wait to see the team starting play in Cote d'Ivoire.
Very good. Let's talk about touchline tactics. The coach is Chiquinho Condé, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He is a former Mozambican international, a star player in the 1990s. In particular, he had a very long career, spent between the mid 80s to the mid 2000s.
He was part of the first three Afcon from Mozambique in Egypt in '86, South Africa '96, and Burkina Faso in '98. So he's a player. He was also Mozambique captain at that time.
Yeah, Mozambican captain, played a lot of club football in Portugal with Belenenses, coached in Portugal as well, Setúbal, and then he comes to Mozambique in 2021. What kind of coach is he? He's not going to be very well known on the African continent. Is he a coach that is more of a man manager that has a close relationship to the players because he was a former player? Is he somebody that's more of a tactician and very concentrated on the details of the matches? What kind of a coach is he, and what kind of style does his team play with?
First of all, he's a coach that knows well the players because before he ends his career as a footballer, he started to coach in Mozambique. He coached some teams like Pachaquén, Desportivo, Ferroviário, União Desportiva de São, so around 5 or 4 teams. And he qualified UD Songo for CAF Confederation Cup group stage. So he is the coach that knows well the players. Most of the players are in the team now. He worked with them in those clubs that are named. So it's someone that knows the players. He knows the reality in Mozambique, and he knows the reality in the highest level because, as you said, he played in Europe, even in Lisbon. So a part of that, he is showing us that he knows African football because he played many time in the national team. He knows the reality of the countries, the stadiums, so the supporters outside the country. Even he is a tactician coach that he knows how to choose the players for each match. You see the way he performed with strong teams like Nigeria, in Portugal, in that training camp in October. The way he played against even Algeria. So shows that it's the coach that knows exactly what he wants. He knows better his players. He know who to invite to be in the team to have a good performance against the team he has to face. So he's a coach with a lot of teams. He is a tactician coach. He knows the reality and he knows football because as a former player, he played in the highest level. So you know how to be in Afcon. If you see Mozambique played last year in Chan, so we went to the quarterfinals. You see the way that Mozambique played in that tournament. Fantastic performance against Libya. So I think he's that kind of skill that he gives. In the other thing is he works a lot in terms of psychological of the players to grow them, to show them that you are capable. You can play against any player in the continent, even in the world.
I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit. Do you think it would be possible to name a probable starting 11 for Mozambique?
Yes.
And the formation, would it be like a 4-3-3? Would it be okay?
You see, they were playing 4-2-3-1. So when you see the way Mozambique played during this time, so probably will play like this. Probably Hernani Silwani will be the main goalkeeper. He stayed outside the team around 9 months because he got an injury, but he came back and was important in the game against Benin. So probably will be the goalkeeper. In the right back, we'll have Domingos Macanza. Is a player that is growing now. He's playing in Mozambique and Costa do Sol. Left back, obviously, Renildo Mandava. He will play there because he came back to the injury after 9 months of injury in Atletico Madrid, but he just had 17 minutes during this season because he came back almost 1 month ago. So he will be the he'll play in the left. In the middle,
left
we'll have
back, yeah.
left back. In the middle, we'll have Meshir. Now he's playing in Turkey in second division, and David Malambani probably because he's playing in Armenia. In the midfields, in newcomer, Alphonse Ahmad probably will be the number 6. Number 8 probably Ricardo Guimarães, who plays in Portugal too. In the wingers, so we have Geny Catamo that will miss the first match against Egypt for disciplinary points. And the Witty, who plays in Portugal. Behind the center forward, we'll have Elias Pelembe. That is a great history because Pelembe is now 40. He's Mozambique captain. He was part of the last Afcon in Angola. So the main, the center forward will be probably Ratifo. Is a guy who played in Germany in the 4th division. So I think the lineup will be like this. Probably some changes, but
Yeah, it depends on the opponent, depends on, but it's mostly very good.
That would be the starting 11, in my opinion.
From that starting 11, if you have to pick one star player, because some of the names, like you mentioned, like Mesher, we called him Mexer in France when he was playing for Rennes. Very, very good defender. Reynaldo, obviously, at Atletico, another person that's, proven their worth in Europe. Me personally, when I watch highlights of Mozambique, I see Geny Catamo and some of the goals that he scored recently. I'm blown away by him. If you have to pick one star player from Mozambique, who is it? And why do you think they're the star and the technical leader?
Tough question. You know why? I will say Geny Catamo time because when we see football, we are looking for the players playing attacking players.
Attacking, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but in terms of how can I say expression, experience, not experience, but in terms of the club he plays of in the competition, obviously is Reinildo Mandava because he's playing in Atletico Madrid. So his market value is the highest in the team. But I think I can say that Geny Catamo is a player to see. Because Reinildo Mandava, many people knows him because he plays in Atletico Madrid. So Geny Catamo, I think sometimes I used to say that he will shock the continent because the quality he has, it's not normal. Since he started playing this season in Sporting Portugal, main clubs even in Spain, England, starting getting some interest on him. So I think it will be a good chance to him to show the people that there is a player like called Geny Catamo. So I'm looking for those players. The other players, I won't say that they are ever average, but they can give more in terms of more collectively than individually. So I think Geny Catamo can make a difference as a player. But other player that will put the world some asking what's happened here. I think it's
Hold on, hold
Pelé
on, hold
because
on. That was actually my next question. My next question is there another player that is going to explode that maybe is unknown, completely unknown, and is going to shock everybody, in your opinion?
I know probably with is playing in Portugal too. He's performing well. He's playing in second division in Portugal. So his team is trying to qualify to the main competition in Portugal. So he's playing in the highest level. He scored one goal against Benin in the last game. So he's performing well. When you see his performance in this season, he's on fire for sure. And I think he will be in a good mode in Afcon.
Very good. This is the last question I'm going to ask you as a journalist. What do you think would be considered a good tournament for Mozambique, for the supporters and for the public? Is a good tournament simply going and being competitive? Is it getting out of the group stages? Is it making it to the quarters or the semis? What would be considered a good tournament and a bad tournament?
Um, betterment we did last time. We did last time, the last 4 times, because we didn't even win a match. So we drew twice. The other games we lost. So for many people in Mozambique, at least to go to the round of 16, it will be nice. We know that it won't be easy, but to go at least up to round of 16, it will be a great tournament because we are just looking for a first victory. So it means going to the round of 16 it will be a big achievement for us. That's why we are just saying that we don't want to go just to play, to say that we was there, like we did in the last four editions. So we want to go to do something different. Do something different is at least to get a victory that could give us a chance to go to the round of 16. When you are there, anything can happen.
Yeah, especially now in this new format where sometimes three teams from a group can qualify
Yeah.
from the group. So even if Egypt and
The-
Ghana,
Yeah, it will. Those games will be difficult to us. I know that we don't, as I said, we don't have nothing to lose. And I think sometimes it's good starting with a strong team like Egypt because we will balance our level in the competition. So at some time it's nice because the pressure are not in our sides, the pressure are in the Egypt side. So that's it means they have to show that they are favorite. They have to. We don't have nothing to lose. Then we'll play against Cape Verde. We will see what to do against them.
and from what I've seen, the little bit I've seen of Mozambique and like the match against Algeria, I see that they're very, very good at making it difficult on these opposition, especially the big names, to play and to score on them. I don't see Mozambique scoring a lot of times like 4 or 5 goals per match, but I see that like they can make life very, very difficult defensively. And in tournaments, that's very valuable. That's a very good thing to have.
just not lose. Try to not lose.
Exactly. Okay, I'll let you go, Joe. Thank you so much for your time. That was another preview. As we continue preparing for the African Cup of Nations, we're going to be trying to speak to 24 journalists from 24 countries who are going to be at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. Joe, thank you one last time, and we'll see you out there in Abidjan. Bye.
Thank you. Nice. It was nice. It was an amazing time.